Welcome back to Higher Learning Test Prep's online video tutorial series. Today we're going to take a look at a difficult geometry question from the ACT. So let's take a look. It says the building below casts a shadow 24 yards long, and the angle of elevation from the tip of the shadow to the top of the building has a sine of 4/5. What is the height of the building in yards? Alright, so you might remember SOHCAHTOA, our friend who helps us understand what sides we know for each trigonometric ratio. Sine is opposite and hypotenuse. So we're talking about this angle of elevation, the opposite, which is actually what we're looking for. The opposite, this one I'm darkening right here, and the hypotenuse, which is the dotted line. So we know that the ratio of those sides is 4/5. Now, we're wondering, usually what we would do, if we had, for instance, the tangent, we would be all set. Because the tangent is opposite over adjacent, and if the tangent ratio is 4/5, and we know that for this angle we have 24 as the adjacent, we put 24 on the bottom, and we could just solve for x. Problem is that we can't put 24 into our ratio for the sine, because our sine, this is, just to be clear, this is not what's up, this is our ideal world that we don't live in. Opposite over hypotenuse is 4/5, and we literally have essentially something that we don't know and something that we don't know. We don't know the opposite or the hypotenuse. So we can't solve this as it is. If you feel like you got this problem without any extra help, pause the video now and then we'll talk about it. If you're still with us, let's keep going here. So if we think about what a triangle looks like that has a sine of 4/5. So if here's our angle right here. Sine again is opposite, that's our 4, over hypotenuse, that's our 5. Now, this has got to look familiar to most of us. We have a hypotenuse of 5, a side of 4. What's the other side? It's going to be 3. And now we have the information we need. We have this 3 and this 4. So while the sine ratio is 4/5, the tangent ratio is equal to opposite, which is 4, over adjacent, which is 3. And therefore we can set that equal to, we don't know, we're looking for the opposite, we'll call it x, but we know that the adjacent is 24. So now we can simply solve this. We could cross multiply, or you might just notice that to get to 24 from 3, you just say 3 times 8. 3 times 8 gives us the 24. 4 times 8, times 8 would give us 32. So that's our answer right here. So kind of an annoying problem, because as soon as you see this, you go, oh, of course. The lesson to learn here is that 3, 4, 5 triangles are of the utmost importance on this test. Once you saw this, you were probably able to solve the question. So when you see something like this, a sine, this means we're talking about right triangles, and you see 4 and 5, that should light up the proverbial light bulb in your head. And you should say, aha, I know what's going on here. This is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Okay. Let us know if you need any help at all in any other question or in any other way on the ACT or SAT. Take care.